Zips Track and Field with head coach Dennis Mitchell. In this edition, we recap the indoor season and look ahead towards the MAC Indoor Championships. All this and more coming up. Hi everyone, I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. Coach, you guys had a good weekend at the Zips Invitational. Both the men's and women's teams dominated, and more importantly, it was a good tune-up for the MAC Indoor Championships. What was your mindset heading into last weekend's meet?
Well, that's what we want to do, is try to get ourselves ready for the Mid-American Conference Championships and make sure we stay healthy and get some performances that give us a little bit more confidence and puts us in a good position to really do well there at the championships.
And now both the men's and women's team were ranked among the top 25 in the country. How big of an achievement is this?
Well, it's a great milestone for us. Sometimes it's a little interesting when it comes to the national rankings because our sport's a little different because it's more of an individual ranking. But we do also like the fact that we've been ranked, our men as high as right now 4th in the nation in the dual rankings, which show the most complete team, and in our region being #1 in our region as well.
What does it say about the strength of the program?
Well, it says that we're going in the right direction, it looks like. And of course, the biggest test is going to be at the Mid-American Conference Championships. You can be, rankings are just things on paper. We want to make sure we win that championships.
And then as the pole vault coach, you must be really proud. Can you talk to us a little bit about both the men's and women's side?
Well, again, we've always been trying to develop a great pole vault program. We've been fortunate to get some great athletes there, and it's definitely very competitive among that group. In fact, on the women's side, we had 5 out of the top 8. They scored 8 at the conference championships. We have 5 out of the top 8 in there, but we're only allowed to bring 3. And so we had quite a competition to determine, all right, who are going to be those 3 on the women's side? Again, too, we had to, at least someone that was very strong at home on the men's side as well. And, Akron means highest in Greek, and we just want to keep going higher.
I like that. And then earlier you mentioned the individuals, and a number of these are still ranked very highly across the nation. How many of your Zips do you believe have a chance of bringing home national championships this year?
Well, as long as they're sitting up there near that top, they can contend for it, and especially when it comes to some of the field events like the pole vault, all kinds of things can happen. But again, Sean Barber will always be in contention there. Alex McHugh now in the heptathlon, he sits up there #2 in the nation with his mark, and he's really getting better right now, so we expect some great things, and he should be in contention. Brittany Funk in there in the weight throw, she's up there in that area too, and she can be a contender. And of course, Annika Roloff in the pole vault, she's right there too, where she's hit those marks that often win national titles as well.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Well, we hope to come away with some, and that's the thing we're always trying to push for in our program.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Coach and I will preview the MAC Indoor Championships.
Even the smallest Zip can be a part of the team by joining Zippy's Kids Club. It's the coolest club around for kids 12 and under. Zippy's Kids Club is presented by North Akron Savings Bank. For more information, visit gozips.com/Zippy's Kids Club.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Zips Track and Field with head coach Dennis Mitchell. I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. All right, Coach, MAC Indoor Championships right ahead of us, but this year they're at Kent State. Does that make it any more special being at your rival school?
Well, yeah, we'd rather have it here, and of course, in track and field, especially indoors, there's a big home field advantage. So we've got to make sure we overcome that. And one of the things we want to make sure is that our fans come out in big numbers and try to make it into our home facility by being a little louder than the Kent fans there.
And now the men's team. They've brought home the past 2 of the 3 team championships. Where do you project them this year?
Well, I hope to project them to win, but again, they got to compete first to get that done. And but they're ranked very high. It's one of our strongest teams we've ever had on the men's side right now. It's extremely strong, maybe our strongest. And we expect big things, but again, you got to go out there and compete. You got to make sure people get all the blocks and get over the line and get over the bars and all that good stuff. And again, right now for example, I just found out we got the flu going around, so we got to try and fight that a little bit, make sure because that's what makes it exciting. It's going to be a good meet, and Kent will come in pretty strong, and on the men's side also, Eastern Michigan looks like a very, very competitive right now this year, and so there'll be quite a few teams trying to win it as well.
Sounds like you guys need a lot of vitamin C.
Hopefully, or whatever it takes. You know, we may be sleeping this whole week. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just trying to and keeping people doing a little quarantine. So we'll
Yes.
see.
And then the women's side, they've improved tremendously since last year after becoming running up in the outdoor championships last spring. Where do you project them this year?
Well, again, they're right there in contention with Ken. As we looked at the points, and we looked at if you projected the points the way they sit right now, there's it's basically a dead heat. I think we saw 1 point between the two, so it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty crazy. I mean, it's going to be really the girls have got to get that kind of not to sound cliche, almost that little eye of the tiger type thing, and really, it's going to be a crazy battle. And get back to where they kind of were a few years ago, where they, when they come and meet, they had that kind of, that idea, hey, we're going to win, we're going to roll. And so it's going to be a great battle. We tend to have a little more depth where we score points, and it's going to have to rely on a few athletes to score really, really big points. So we hope to kind of get between those, as many of those people as we can, and try to score our points.
And although it's never happened, how big of an achievement would it be for both the men's and women's to bring home the championship for indoor?
Well, it would be great. Again, it would be something that our program is always trying to work towards. We've done it outdoors, and we've had some success there, and we've made a lot of milestones in the conference in terms of being the only women's program ever to win the Triple Crown. But we definitely, this is one that's eluded us, is to win the indoor championships for both men and women.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
For head coach Dennis Mitchell, I'm your host, Chrissy Perbonik. We'll see you guys next time. The Zips will head to the Mid-American Conference Indoor Championships. Come see your favorite event Friday, February 28th, with finals Saturday, March 1st at Kent State University.